A physical therapist is a healthcare worker who helps people move better and get stronger. Every day I go in, I look at my patients' medical charts, and then I help them get out of bed. I help them stand up with a walker usually, and I help them walk, and then I talk with their families about their progress. My favorite part about being a physical therapist is working with people and their families. My youngest patient was 4 years old, and my oldest patient was 104 years old. I decided to go into physical therapy because I really loved sports and I wanted to help people. And I thought I'd be working in a sports clinic. And what I found out was that I really loved working in hospitals and nursing homes. Your physical education classes and your health classes apply to PT because you're learning about how your body works, how all the systems work together, and your body's response to exercise. Your science classes, you're learning how to apply your knowledge, how to critically think. And in all your classes, you're learning how to work with others. You're learning how to collaborate. That's a big skill. Skills you need as a physical therapist: you need to be able to read. You need to be able to write good notes on what your patients did. You need to be a good listener and know how to motivate people and know how to build relationships with your patients and families and coworkers. And you need to be able to critically think and collaborate with people. Physical therapy is a great career. There are jobs all over the country, and you can work in a public school with kids. You can work in a sports clinic, in a hospital, in a nursing home, or you could open up your own business. I see myself working part-time as a physical therapist in the future because I am going back to school to be a middle school science teacher. I do love PT and I've always wanted to be a teacher. So that's what I'm going to do in my future. Good luck to all of you.
Take a look at your hands. You may not think about it often, but your hands are incredibly complicated. The tasks you see as simple, like holding a bag or writing with a pencil, required millions of years of evolution to perfect. So try bending your fingers. It feels easy for you to do, but how can your body accomplish it? To tell, all you need to do is take a look. Observe the backs of your hands as you bend them. What do you see? Maybe the bumps of your knuckles or the bones underneath the skin. These are all indicators you can see of the structure of your hand. Your hand is bones running from the tips of your fingers to the bottom of your wrist. How many bones do you think there are? Or it's likely more than you first thought. There are 27 separate bones in each human hand. Can you believe that? 27! And those bones are connected by tendons that are attached to muscles in your hand and forearm. You can see the tendons flex on the back of your hand when you flex your fingers, or on your wrist when you wiggle your fingers. Today, we're going to build a model of your hand and and the bones and tendons with straws and string to show how muscle movement in the forearm moves your fingers.
All right, now we're going to make the hand model. You're going to need some piece of paper. I used a heavier kind of cardstock. Look, um, this string, note there are two types of string in the kits. This is the one that's longer and it's a little bit like whiter. So just make sure you don't mix them up. Then a little plastic sewing needle sometimes makes it easier to thread it, but you can do it without. We use this kind of sticker, double-sided tape sheet, 4 straws, and then things from outside of the kit, scissors, and a pencil or something to write with. All right, so first up, we're going to trace our hand. Try to leave a little bit of wrist there. All right, now we just cut it out. All right, now we're going to get on to cutting the straws. So there should be a little segment of straw for each kind of joint in your finger. So all in all, we're going to want 1, 2, 3, and then a long one for each finger, and then 1, 2, and a big one for the thumb. So yeah, you can just measure up against your finger. Make sure you have an adult with you whenever you're using scissors. It will fly everywhere, fair warning. So be prepared to go with me. There we go. All right, and then I would suggest doing all the little ones first and then moving on to the big segments. And you can do it a little smaller than the actual segment because we want to leave room for the gaps in between. All right, and now we can start on the longer segments. All right, so now we have all the straws cut, the ones for the longer sections on the palm area, and then all the little joints for the actual fingers. So next step, you're gonna take this tape sheet right here. Don't peel it yet, but you can kind of see how. First you disattach it from this part and then you peel it off, but we're not gonna do that just yet. We're just gonna cut it into strips, roughly the width of the straws. Then you're gonna cut it to just like you cut the straws, to the length of where you want each little segment. Although as you get to the fingers, you can just cut one strip for that instead of doing 3 little segments. So this guy can probably work for the ring finger, and then I'll cut this to another strip for palm area, and then middle finger, that can work for the thumb. So then I'll cut another strip. And just cut as many strips as you need. There should be plenty left over if you make a mistake. All right, now we have all of the little tape pieces cut out and we can start attaching them to the paper. You can just remove the paper backing, throw it away, and then just put the sticky side down. If you have any pieces that don't have like the little overhang, just give the corner a little bend and it should pop off. I have a little bit of overhang, so I'm just going to trim that off. All right, now we're going to start attaching the straws. So I would suggest going one piece of tape at a time and attach each of the little segments. Now the base of our hand is all set up and we just need to attach the string. So first, cut it to roughly the length of a finger, like that, with a little bit extra down and a little bit extra on top so you can tie the knot. So like a little bit up here and a little bit down there. All right, now once you cut the thread, you can bring it through. Sometimes I find it easier just to guide it. But some people prefer to use a little needle to thread it, so leave that up to whatever you prefer. And then we're going to take the string at the end and tie it around this last straw. Make sure the extra bit's still hanging out. Sometimes it's a little finicky. All right, and you can give it a little test. Now we're just gonna repeat what we did with the thumb for all the other fingers. All right, and that's it. Now you have a fully posable hand.